The PS Vita is one of my favorite systems ever made, and it has a lot more games on it than most people think, but a lot of recommendations tend to be the same, with people telling you to buy Gravity Rush or Uncharted Golden Abyss. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to show off a few first party titles that aren't talked about as much but are definitely worth playing. Let's take a look. The first game I'd recommend you checking out is Velocity 2X. This title has received critical acclaim because of its perfect shoot 'em up gameplay that moves you between a ship and on foot. The best way to think about this game is it's a mix of classic Sonic and arcade shoot 'em ups like Raiden. On top of that, the soundtrack is very catchy and the graphics are extremely vibrant and fun to look at. In terms of the story, you're a female who has been taken captive and are attempting to find your way home. The storyline is nicely intertwined with clean level design and controls that feel great to use. Now, this game also did come out on the PS4, but the Vita version definitely comes out ahead due to its amazing display and touchscreen capabilities. Overall, this is a great game to grab for someone new to the system. The next game is Muramasa Rebirth. This to me is a no-brainer because it's another game that is visually stunning and fluid in its gameplay. Muramasa is a hack and slash that bases itself off ancient Japanese lore and will have you slaying ninjas and exploring new areas to find hidden demon swords and more. The storyline is based in 17th century Japan during the Shogun Tokugawa era and contains two main characters which are seen on the cover art here. You'll spend your time killing smaller enemies and bosses, and I just want to say, the bosses in this game are really cool, and I'd say they make the game worth playing just on their own. So if you're wanting to try out Muramasa, this is the best way to do it, especially when Rebirth is a PlayStation Vita exclusive. Moving along, my next pick is Child of the Light. Now, I'm sure most people have heard about this game as it's won many awards for its visuals and storytelling. The art style for the game comes inspired by Studio Ghibli and plays out as a side-scrolling 2D role-playing game. But if you don't like RPGs, don't let that deter you because it does a lot of stuff differently to speed up the pace. And there is a lot of side-scrolling action that also takes place. On top of that, the themes of the game do a great job at incorporating the classic fairy tale style presentation, and the amount of detail within this game makes it an absolute must-have for anyone starting their Vita collection. So next up we have Rayman Origins. And if you're anything like me, you saw this game at first and you didn't bother trying it out because it looked like another cliche platformer. But I'll tell you, I regret not playing this game sooner because it's hands down one of the best feeling and most fun games I've ever played on my Vita. This game for many completely revived the Rayman series and refined what makes platforming so much fun. What I mean by that is this game is great for people who want to take their time, and it's also great for people who just want to go fast and speedrun the game. The visuals as well are colorful, the gameplay controls are tight and responsive, and the amount of variety within different characters will leave you burning through countless hours of playtime. In terms of story, well, it's like any other Rayman adventure game, but the different worlds and changing levels will definitely have you coming back for more. And my last pick of the list is Dragon's Crown. As someone who is a massive fan of the original Double Dragon games on the NES, this game felt right at home. Like many games noted on this list, the visual style sets this one apart as it looks fantastic on the small Vita screen. Looking at the gameplay, it's a nice mix of action role-playing and beat 'em up, which means you will constantly be leveling up your character and getting new items to become stronger. Now, the only downside with this game, like many, is the storyline, but again, I never found myself caring that much, especially when you're playing with other people online, as you quickly forget about it, which to me is why I recommend this game to everyone, because you can either play it alone or with others and you will still enjoy the game. So if you enjoy beat 'em ups with a little more depth, please do yourself a favor and check this game out. And that's my list. I hope you did enjoy the video, and the next one in the future will include third-party published games. I just decided to stray away from showing limited run titles because, well, let's be real, you probably aren't going to find any LRG or Play Asia Vita games for under $50 nowadays, and I wanted to make this list friendly to newer collectors of the Vita. Anyways, with that said, I just want to say a big thank you for watching to the end. Please subscribe as it really helps the channel, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.